Heads. You're listening to Whiskey and Wine with Rooster the Madman. You know who we are. You know what we do. We talk about
current events, common sense, the Constitution,
and
and morals. Which she's not here, so we can get away with more stuff.
She's feeling under the weather today. She's got the
COVID sinus infection,
COVID and allergies, or I don't know, stubbed toe or something.
COVID menstrual cramping.
But it's okay. Filling in for morals. Obviously, we're here live today. So this is a special episode. That's why you didn't see the intro or anything. We are live. No editing, which means we got to be on good behavior because we can't cut stuff that normally won't make, that we're not allowed to air.
That.
So, and DJ Guns here, locked and loaded. We're in his studio, so it's his place. But he's gonna take over morals for us today.
And I've got the yellow cards and the red flags ready.
And I can sense nothing but bad things happening.
Because what could happen that's wrong by a man who owns a dungeon?
His moral compass is a little bit, it's a little bit askew compared to our normal moral compass.
We're live and let live kind of group of people.
What we got. That's one of the things I appreciate about you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
What? All right, so they're live here in the studio.
Big boy words. Oh.
He just thinks it's his studio when we're in here.
So again, we're live. This will also be kind of an interview day with Rooster the Madman as well as on top of their normal antics.
Yeah, special treat for the listeners today.
There you go.
Well, we'll see how much of this information we can disclose.
I mean, not like heavy petting special, but...
All right, I'll go put the goats back
up. Yeah. So, sorry, it is your show, Overlord. It's your show.
Is it really?
So,
not today.
Well, let's share. Let's tell what we brought. We brought gifts today, obviously. Yes. So you're hosting us. So we brought some gifts or drinks, as most of our listeners know. Madman, you want to tell us about what's the number one on the agenda today? It's not real low end. It's just not my cup of tea.
Oh no, this is low end.
Well, there's lower.
There's lower.
There's lower.
Still reserve, which
that's
had him clucking, barking at the moon.
Yeah.
I will start off by saying first, I don't know why you decided to choose this one, because this is the one I hate the absolute most of any name brand beer. And it's just straight up Budweiser. I mean, Budweiser. it's Budweiser. There's nothing special about it. It's been around since like 1879 or something like that. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. Everybody knows the commercials.
Adolphus Busch.
This is February 5th, and the cans are the special edition Christmas can.
Merry Christmas.
So that means that there's no telling how old this actually is. I mean, it could be up to 4 months old.
Yeah, I don't know. It's liquor store old. So whatever.
Wait a minute. They actually had these in.
Well, it was more of a gas station, convenience store that specializes in serving beer. I tell you what upset me the most is inflation. Even though the economy is at its best that it's ever been, allegedly.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Right. Budweiser in the can, 6-pack, $9.99.
You're kidding.
That is clucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Right. Oh, and I'm gonna do this little trick again because they haven't seen it. But I'm gonna use the bottom of one can to open the other can.
I was today years old.
I was today years old when I learned that trick.
Now,
and I'm a professional.
Now, it has the nice sound. It's just a can opening. Yeah. You can hear that.
Yep.
Nice. It smells bad. It just smells bad. I'm doing the Biden sniff test on this, and it just...
It's got a little fancy red pull tab, so... Did you notice the little pull tabs that have a king? Have the crown in it now?
Yeah.
This smells like bad decisions.
So my take on Budweiser is it's my least favorite of the name brands.
Right.
It's mine
the
too.
Big ones.
This one's. I think they said that this one's 5%.
I think it's it's 5%.
Okay. So there's nothing special about it.
Yeah. And there's nothing to defend it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of things wrong. with this.
If someone hands you a Budweiser, you're like, oh. It's a Budweiser. I didn't pay for it.
This isn't. I will say that I will never purposefully buy one of these to put in my cluck hole.
Yeah. So I don't know why this is their big one. I actually prefer Bud Light over this.
would dang near prefer Steel Reserve over this.
No.
Wait a second.
I'm not with you on that one. So,
What?
You actually, if I go in there and I rummage through your little prison refrigerator, am I going to find a blue Raz in there from Steel Reserve?
Yet.
no, he's fermenting that in the toilet.
All right.
Prison
Move
rules.
over to yours. We know.
Yeah, so what this is going up against today is this is going to go up against Yuengling, and I hope I pronounced that right because we just got this
Yuengling.
Yuengling. Well, that's not how it's spelled, folks. Anyways, it's the oldest brewery in the United States. This one,
Keith.
yeah, Keith. So Budweiser's 1879. These beat these guys out by 50 years. This is 1829. It's out of Pennsylvania.
And this is the first one that was
This is
actually
the first
brewed.
beer, this first brewery
Or hold on.
in the United States.
Just in case that the Morals is listening. Beers.
Yes, the first place to make beers. It's where beers was born.
Beers.
In Pennsylvania. But anyway, so it just now came to the state of Texas. I don't know what the holdup was because I looked it up. It's only at a 4.4% alcohol rate.
It was
So,
something with the way that
yeah. The can is cool, I mean, but it's just like any other big brand name can looking kind of deal. It's
I do like how
colors.
it's got this little crest. That,
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
the crest is kind of cool. It's kind of like a cross between Budweiser and Miller or something like that. So, but let's crack it open so we can hear it. That's nice pops. Nice pops.
Let's give it the old vibe.
Smell.
See what it does.
Smells like beer.
It smells like beer, but it smells better than that.
Yeah.
Smells good.
Well, this one's probably a little bit newer since we just got this in, and that's still the Christmas can that they're selling.
All right.
The
tell you-
born on date might be a little old on
Well,
that one, but we got to start with Budweiser.
But
So
before we get into topics,
take a taste.
and before we answer any questions as discreetly as we can,
We're taking one for the team.
We'll go ahead and get our
Clink.
our cluckage clinkage on.
Okay.
All right. Budweiser.
It's Budweiser.
It's Budweiser.
It's Budweiser.
I
It's beer.
have this reminds me of like those white cans that just say
Beer.
Hey, I don't know. To me, it's just like you go to any ball game and you don't bother asking for a certain type of beer. You just go up to the
Right.
concession stand and get a hot dog and a beer. Whatever they give you is usually probably just Budweiser. And you don't even really care. It's beer.
It's beer.
And that's where Budweiser is. It's beer.
Yeah. But listen,
But now I do want to say, like, to me, if you were going to compare Budweiser and Bud Light's beer and Budweiser is air quote beer.
Yeah. So
That's just me.
I think Bud Light was kind of an improvement on Budweiser. But I mean, it's not as low grade as like Bud Ice.
No.
Right, Lawnmower Man?
No. First off, beware the penguins and the lawnmower.
Yeah.
It was only a few blocks to the gas station that I had to drive it down there.
Yeah. I think, though, by law, definition of operating any, whether you have a wagon full of Bud Ice or not.
Let me tell you, that radio flyer came in handy, though. Tied it back to that lawnmower.
And you would across the field. You weren't on any motorways or anything, so it's totally cool. Except for crossing the highway.
Yeah, except for the highway thing.
Yeah. Anyways.
Did you have a question or something? You look like you were raising your hand for something.
no, I'm good.
He's
sure?
he's not used to all our shenanigans.
I'm good.
Shenanigans
Are
should
you
be
sure?
played. So,
Are you not
remember,
happy with our shenaniganizing?
Remember, live episode, still got to maintain PG-13 standards.
I haven't done anything
I'm
to deserve
just
it
a
yet.
reminder before we get
Yeah.
into this first topic.
Yes.
What was our first topic?
Topic
what
number
was
one we
the-
could not ignore is Joe Rogan, Spotify, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, all those type of shenanigans.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take a
Yeah, I'm going to need a sip on this one.
hold on,
here.
let me
'Cause
get
anytime
it.
we start talking about anti-constitution stuff,
Let me get our timer started. We don't have our DMX today because
yeah.
it's live. So here, timer started. You want to start with me?
I'll go ahead and start it.
All
So,
right, timer started. There you go, buddy.
Joe Rogan obviously has the largest podcast internet show there is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
He was already huge before Spotify signed him to $100 million.
Right.
Right now, he's got around 144 million paying subscribers
Correct.
to his service.
And I'm not a Joe Rogan guy, so
No, I'm not.
I've listened to some of his stuff.
I have a Spotify account, and it's from one of my kids. They like to listen to Spotify. It's not really my thing, especially when you can get Deep Dallas Radio and things like that for free. So I understand there's a place for it. People are huge fans of him. I've heard a couple of his episodes pre-Spotify, and here's what I know about Joe Rogan. He started out as a comedian. He's a really good interviewer.
Right.
He brings on to his show. Everyone is welcome, is what I took away from that. You can be a right-leaning person, a left-leaning person.
You can be a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, you can be a celebrity, a conspiracy theorist.
But he's going to ask you questions.
But he's
more of a conversation.
Yeah, it's all about, is it going to be a good conversation? Will people want to hear what these people have to say?
Right.
And then he brings them on, he asks the questions. If he can't get the answer to the questions or it doesn't make sense, he'll just keep asking that question. And it's just, that's kind of how it is. It's a all are welcome format. Like it. Listen, don't like it, don't listen. It's called freedom.
Almost like if we were just going to keep rocking in the free world.
Yeah, speaking of rocking in the free world.
What?
Yeah, it's really weird. Neil Young of Rockin' in the Free World.
Oh my God.
He apparently has not had any attention paid to him in a while.
At least in 1984.
Yeah, and said, hey, you know what? I don't like an episode of Joe Rogan because he had, I guess, a conspiracy guy or whoever talking about COVID. He didn't like the way it was. Said Joe Rogan is killing people and told Spotify, gave them an open ultimatum on the internet for the world to see is choose Joe Rogan or pull all. If you choose Joe Rogan, then you're pulling all of my music off of Spotify.
Well, he has a whopping 25,000-ish paid subscribers.
Well, did because Spotify responded with, okay, sorry to feel that way. We'll delete all your music.
Oh.
Now, what's funny, though, it's not the first time Neil Young is thrown a spat with Spotify and had them remove his music.
No, it's not.
Because he didn't like his quality or something originally.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so he's gone.
On that same note, though, Milli Vanilli has said that if they pull Joe Rogan, that they will add their music to Spotify.
James Blunt actually made that tweet. He made a joke that I'll make new music unless you do. It was kind of funny. But, I've heard that, like, the Cialis people who are the fake rock bands and all the other ones that they're threatening to. But the point is, so now Joni Mitchell, because Neil Young obviously didn't his way, so Joni Mitchell, another older rocker, came in and said, okay, I want you to pull my music too. And then Bruce Springsteen's guitarist, and I don't know his name. Honestly, I don't know his name. And I think it was relevant to really look it up on this one. He said, I want all my original music pulled too. And now I think Crosby, Stills, and Nash is in there, and they're like, pull my music. It just seems like a lot of people who aren't relevant in today's music, and I'm not a bash against. I mean, some people love their music, but they're not popular like Joe Rogan is. So I don't understand why they're not understanding why Spotify is going with Joe Rogan.
Forbid that whole First Amendment.
Yeah, the First Amendment. How dare you have a song rocking in the free world, but freedom of speech doesn't guarantee you the right to speech. It only guarantees me the right to speech with my song and my opinion.
You didn't know that's how it works, man?
So there's more to come. I mean, there's still new stuff coming on in this one. I'm sure it's just going to keep. By next week, we're going to hear a lot more because I know they started pulling some episodes of his old non-Spotify episodes that were available over some content because I think the contract he has with Spotify is they have no say in who his guests are. They have no say who his content is.
They can only do it on retro.
Yeah, only after it airs can they flag it or do something if they want, or and pull it from it. So I think.
What they going to do is fine him.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah. Let me go with the let me bite the hand that feeds the Spotify machine.
Right.
144 million paid subscribers for one show.
Right.
Yeah, and of course Howard Stern defended him. A couple other people. I mean, even the people from The View, which we'll get to in a minute.
I know that was
they were defending, and they were right. It's if you don't like it, don't do it. But what I found funny is Howard Stern jumped into it, and now all of a sudden on Sirius XM, Neil Young has his own channel.
Ah,
weird.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll be doing this as a big FU in a later episode because
I'm sure that they're going to play like the same 17
because I know Rogan did.
Neil Young.
He did a pretty nice little. It wasn't really an apology. He said he was a fan of Neil Young. He's sorry to see him go and kind of stuff like that. So he did kind of a stand up. But from my understandings, I didn't get to check it all out. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more coming on that. People are going to start digging for stuff and things like that. So the more we go. So, I don't know. We out of time on that one yet?
That was actually just about to go off. So it's Budweiser.
Yeah, I mean, it's Budweiser.
It's already giving me heartburn like right here, though.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's slowly creeping up.
Yeah, it's like right up into here, yeah.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
This Bud's
unless you believe differently than me. I added that last one. You're welcome, Neil Young. Go ahead and throw that in the repertoire.
All right, so let's get a little bit into how Whiskey and Wine was formed.
Well, whenever I first met the Rooster, I believe it was at the Turkish bathhouse, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were sitting back there in that back corner just trying to find people to make conversation with, which was a little
just talking about whatever popped up.
Yeah, making eye contact made it a little weird, but I was like, hey, you come here often, or
Well, it made it worse that you didn't have a towel on.
well, it is Turkish bathhouse, so I mean, they did ask me to put it on, by the way.
And that's how we came to meet the Overlord.
Yeah, I was surprised you don't remember this. I mean,
He was dragging his butt across the
you were
ground.
scooting like a dog across the floor, weren't you?
Well, because that night,
In a steel reserve.
well, hold on. That night at the bathhouse, if I remember correctly, I'd had 2 blue ryes.
Steel
What is your
reserve.
deal with blue raz? What is your deal with this?
It's disturbing, man. It's worse than our bathhouse story.
It's like every time he's still reserved, he's brought up. No, not the fruit punch, the blue raz.
Yeah, the blue
First off,
raz.
I didn't even know they had a fruit punch. I was today years old and I knew that.
Okay, well, Nicole brought me a fruit punch.
That is true.
She did bring me a
I
fruit
just
punch.
kind of
Morals brought over the fruit
I
punch.
kind of forgot about all that and
Yeah.
intentionally.
And so anyway,
I kind of avoid still reserve aggressively.
yeah. And so it burned, and it made me pucker. So I had no choice but to screw across the floor. And here comes Madman. He picks me up. He picks me up.
That is incorrect.
And I said, no, sir.
There was no coming of the madman.
He lifts me up.
So anyway, all right. So you guys.
Let's get hold on. We gotta get serious with
Yeah, because I don't want to yellow card ourselves.
I
or say
can't.
we're too hard.
that was borderline. The one
Yeah.
I almost yellowed.
That's for morals. That's for you. It's a borderline yellow card. We call
I
ourselves.
should have yellow carded that one.
But no, the one of the ways that I ran into the Rooster after the Turkish bathhouse and the $20 was I was walking around and there was just this wonderful bearded god standing next to all these oils from getthechicken.com, and I was just like, man, my fetal face musk needs some of that. And went up to him and I was like, hey, you got anything that can make this beak a little bit better?
Yeah.
And he just said, no, you're pretty ugly.
But I can help the beard.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm still sorry about the splinter you got at the bathhouse scooting across the floor.
I can't believe it took that many doctors to get it out.
Yeah. Well, finding a doctor who's willing to see. That's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
So right there.
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
Borderline yellow card.
so obviously we're having a little bit of fun with this one.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's
That was the third time we went to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's our story, and we're gonna stick to it. I mean,
That first time we got a lot of
way
beats.
much more fun than the truth
And so-
probably is.
Right. And so by now, a lot of listeners, they know that you talk about current events, politics, Constitution, morals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that neither one of us are right wing or left wing. We're pretty much as middle as you can come. We just, whenever we first started it was just, and obviously a lot of it's satire. It's just like, how is it that in the leaders of the free world, this is what's going on?
Right.
And it's been going on now for a long time, not just with a creepy Uncle Joe.
Right.
For me, common sense is the key to all of it. That is sorely lacking in
Yes.
all the arguments, whether you're
Come
a
on,
left
man.
person or a right-sided person. Obviously, I lean a little more to the right if you have to pick away on that one.
I kind of curve up and to the center.
But I mean, common sense would really just go a long way in either one of those conversations. I don't demonize people for having left views. I don't demonize people for having hardcore right views. I think the truth is always somewhere in
the middle.
between.
Somewhere in the middle.
Humor is the best way to attack any problem, in my opinion, and that's why a lot of our stuff is satire.
That's also why he has a restraining order and can't go within 500 feet of a Chuck E. Cheese.
or school. But thank you, Zach Galifianakis, for that joke. But anyways, But no, seriously, I mean, I think laughter is the best way to get through anything. Look at all these comedians that we listen to. I mean, Joe Rogan, we just talked about his podcast.
Yep.
You know, he started out as a comedian doing the Man Show and things like that. And now, you know, he's all swole and he's, you know, he does a lot of other things. But, you know, why not kick back, have a drink, talk about the shape of politics and everything else.
And not just politics. We talk about a lot of other stuff.
I mean, Joe Rogan, I mean, other than trying to stifle his belief, it's really, you know, not politics. It's more pop culture.
Right.
But,
and one of the things
it's all that cancel culture.
And I'm not a big fan. I hate the whole
I don't like
Yeah, so do I.
So.
And one of the things that I've said several times, I think I've said it on the show a few times too, is that most of the people I know, we all want the same result. We just have different ways that we want to try to get there.
Right.
And in today's world, we've lost the art of conversation. And there's three people sitting around a table right now.
Right.
And all three of us have different views.
Yep.
And we're having a conversation and we're laughing, and guess what? They don't change the taste of the beer.
No.
And at the end of the night, whenever it's time to go, the taste of that beer won't change. So there's no sense in having arguments, having fights, pointing at this, pointing at that. Use common sense and just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
You can have a conversation.
Yeah, don't be afraid. I mean, if the vice president of the United States sucks, say she sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If
Weird.
If that's what you believe.
That's what you believe. Say it.
Say it.
Nobody should stifle your belief on that one.
Exactly.
No one should silence you from your opinions.
We've said stuff about every president that was good and bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, here recently it's been more bad. But I mean,
it's like a gold mine right now. Activity.
But you know, we say good and bad about everybody.
And to be fair, if Trump was still in office, we'd have had a gold mine to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
hold on, let me make a tweet about that right quick.
Yeah, the insanity just keeps coming, so, you know, you're going to keep giving us material.
I was going to say, and to be fair...
To be fair.
I mean, amongst all of us, and especially in the syndicate, okay, you know, we hold each other accountable, and that's a good thing.
Oh,
and I think
I didn't realize that was that still happening, the accountability thing.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Okay, I might need to go move my truck out of sight.
We might need to get an accountable person.
You know,
moral check, accountability.
You know, like he was, like Madman was saying, we each all have our individual beliefs, and I think it should be that way across the board.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
and I don't feel that way. If
some people change their mind and agree with the kind of the way that we're spinning things, or I'm spinning, or Madman, or any of us have opinion, great. If you don't, great.
All right, so
send my piece.
So let's move on to topic number 2.
Okay,
topic number 2.
Let's look at this Yuengling.
Yeah, we got to go to the.
We got to get our clunkage on.
Yeah. All right, so let's do that one. I'm almost at the Budweiser, anyways. Whichever tap. Aluminum cans didn't really clink very well, but all right.
Taste.
That is way better.
Ah, yes, it's good.
That is way better.
All right,
very good.
That's a better beer.
Yeah, that's better.
It's a better beer. Say that 3 times. It's a better beer.
I'll do the side by side in a little bit, but
yeah. So I already know which way I'm leaning, but we got to do the go back and all that kind of stuff. So topic number 2.
All right, you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll let you start on this one and just kind of take off where we left the Joe Rogan First Amendment. This goes into another celebrity. So
it's
not really politics.
With the First Amendment with Gina Carano making her comment and only getting a 2-week suspension. Oh, wait a second. No. That was Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
My bad.
I see where you made the mistake there. They both worked for Disney, ABC Corporation.
They both made a
Holocaust reference, and one absolutely got fired and canceled and lost everything, and then the other one got a 2-week suspension.
Paid suspension.
But you know what? I think the real difference is Gina Carano, she did a social media post of a meme.
Yeah, but with Whoopi, she did it on national TV.
Yes, and then after she got done with that, doubled down and went on another national TV program.
Did she really double down? Because that sounded like an apology.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was an apology. Because, I mean, she said some things that were real sensible, like the Nazis lied.
Yes, the Holocaust was not about race.
Yeah.
Her words, not mine, by the way. Rooster does not believe the Holocaust was not about race. He fully believes that was pretty dang right. That's pretty much the top tier racist things you can do is genocide.
What? That wasn't genocide. Didn't you listen to Whoopi? She said it was that all the Nazis said was a lie.
So I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to go out there and say I, Rooster, totally disagree with Miss Whoopi Goldberg. Speaking of Goldberg, that is her
stage name,
Goldberg. Right. So to say these anti-Semitic things and have a stage name that you picked, which is obviously a Jewish descent last name, seems
that's racist. You're just
kind of cultural appropriation.
You're hurting me. You're hurting me deep in my soul.
Yes.
Right
so,
now.
but yeah, so there are several Jewish groups that are very upset with Miss Goldberg on this one, and some of them have actually asked her to change her stage name since it's not a legal name anyways. That she is not deserving of such a stage name.
Now I was joking about it, but you did more in depth. I should call it research on what she said on Colbert, because Colbert kind of let her have it.
Well, Colbert did. Colbert let her kind of.
I was surprised about.
Everybody she did when she did this on The View, when she started talking about it wasn't racist. The View tried to correct her, and they gave her some outs. She didn't take it. She just kept honing in on her belief, which is her belief. so then the show ends. She tapes an apology, and then she goes on the Colbert Show same day. So
yeah,
misstep. Apology,
right?
Double down back on the original misstep.
I can't. I
it's
literally
like
cannot
it's
believe.
a fake apology at that point. It's like I was told to apologize. Now I'm going to say, and he even asked her at one point, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have my computer in front of me because we're doing this live. He even asked her, he's like, "Well, don't you think the Nazis thought this was about race? I mean, they tried to exterminate the Jewish race." And to her point, you mentioned earlier, she said the Nazis lied.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
And
exactly.
And also, she made a comment regarding race that as a black person, race is something you can see.
Yeah, that's racist.
That is a racist statement.
That's a racist statement. Its own right, because you can't see someone because for me, I'll be honest, I see someone who is Arab versus Persian, and that can be a very different.
Oh yeah.
They both they both speak a language that I don't speak, and so I'm there's no reason that I might not confuse that.
Right.
Any other person who doesn't speak Farsi or Arabic might confuse those things, and to tell those people that their race doesn't count because I can't see the difference is kind of sad. But
realistically, this goes back to, and we've mentioned it many times. This goes back to the double standards set forth.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can. We've gotten into this media culture where that you can express your views if it agrees with the majority of the left-leaning, like big corporations. But if you express your views and it's against that, we got to cancel you.
Well, I think the sad thing about this is with the Disney and the ABC corporation. Is they've got the same CEO, they've got the same executive staff, but they don't punish their actors the same way.
Right.
Goldberg gets a 2-week suspension for 2 live television, double down, racist, anti-Semitic conversations. Gina Carano, or I think I'm pronouncing it right, who was on The Mandalorian, was a UFC fighter turned actor, she got sent to class.
Actress,
excuse me.
You
sorry,
sexist.
Sorry, my bad. So she gets fired because of her tweet about Nazi Germany.
Right.
Roseanne, formerly known as Roseanne Barr, had one of the best money-making shows in history. She lost everything for a tweet by the same corporation.
There's the timer. Timer just went off.
Yeah, so obviously there's
you just got drilled.
So obviously, it's not the fact that all these people made something that was offensive and a racist comment.
Right.
It's the fact that sadly Disney, ABC doesn't give everyone the same standard. If you're a left-leaning person, you get a slap on the wrist. If you're a right-leaning person,
they want to cancel it.
You're canceled and you lose everything. They try to make you not work again.
All right, so
which is why I try to lean left by leaning right and staying in the middle.
Well, this is why I've chosen not to be famous and get on any of these shows to limit my career to.
So that was deliberate.
Yes, deliberate.
Okay.
That and because like I said before, he has the perfect face for radio.
Yes, I do. As my mama said, you have a face for radio.
That's what my mama said too.
That's right.
You want to do the side by side now, or you want to wait and
let's let's wait because I want to get into something else.
What's our
with
time
you
right
guys.
now? What do we got? I know we don't want to.
It's
we don't want to get too much.
We got about 10 more minutes. Five, 10 more minutes.
Yeah, like about 7 minutes.
10 more minutes.
Yeah.
12 more
7,
minutes.
12, 14.
14 more minutes.
Math was neither one of you guys strong suit, was it?
I never learned how to negotiate.
All right, so what do you got?
Okay, so
It's your show.
So you both were in the military. In the military, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't confirm nor deny that. There's, things like get thrown around like Geneva Convention or war crimes.
Well, I just want to take a moment to thank you both for your
Sticks.
service.
No, thank you.
Sticks in the mud.
I didn't do a whole lot. I shot a lot of rounds. I got in some trouble. Not serious trouble. More like a shootout.
More like
I've been shootout before.
Anyways.
So I had some fun.
No, thanks, man. I mean,
So seriously, thank you for your service. I greatly appreciate that. I'm sure the listeners do too, especially the other guy, Jerry Wolverton. Is that his name?
I'll remaster.
The one that
sorry, I just had a flashback. Remaster, Pink 2-2.
dungeon.
Yeah.
So
It's all right.
it's okay. Goose Fraba, I'm here. I'm here. Goose Fraba.
You know he's gonna text the group chat.
Oh, it's fine. I've got it turned off right now.
It's fine.
It's fine. Now I gotta give credit to the remaster though. I mean, that guy's a hard-working dude. I mean,
He is.
not only successful in his personal life. He's got 2 bands. He's the front man for. I mean, he does a bunch of voiceover work for Pete Dallas.
He just recently picked up that side job as being the attack dummy at the dojo,
Yeah.
and they just got through having Attack the Groin Day. So I mean, he got like
good for him.
100. It sucks that he forgot his cup, but I mean,
Did he really need it?
not really.
Borderline.
Oh, there it is. There's my yellow card. There's my yellow card.
Bruce got a yellow card for me.
I mean, it's just he's so.
All right, so
I
moving on. Moving on.
I love you. Remaster.
We love you, Jerry. So
They love you, Jerry. I think you're all right. You're growing on me a little bit.
kind of like a bad case of the herpes.
No,
That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. It's your show, but that's a yellow card.
I got a yellow
I
card.
still haven't got a yellow card. I was borderline with the Madman Ep38.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I know we weren't
We
going to
need to go back before we end this, though.
Yeah, we need to do the side
side by
by
side. Okay, but I know we weren't going to cover a whole lot of topics today because we're going to do the interview and the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the side by side with the Budweiser Christmas special and Yuengling.
Yuengling first. We always go high end first.
Yuengling first.
All right.
Refreshing. Budweiser.
The king of beers.
King of something.
That to me is always the perfect. Doing a go back is always the epitome of a taste test. If you really want to hammer home which one's better,
Yeah.
do a taste test comparison, and you can see the Budweiser tastes like a beerish.
It tastes
Water.
like there was 2 guys that said, "Hey, you want to make a beer?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's make a beer and call it Budweiser." Have you ever tasted a beer? No, me either. So let's make a beer of what we think a beer should taste.
Well,
like.
in their defense, I mean,
There's
Yuengling
everything.
was already first, so they couldn't copy that flavor without being considered a copy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's already
yeah.
hitting me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good stuff. So Madman, which one? Heartburn. So
Yuengling.
Yuengling.
Okay, so Morals just called us out in the group chat
Uh-oh.
and said Madman snuck in a few yellow card worthy comments.
Oh, see.
That's fake news.
So you can't even get away with it. She's not even here and you're getting yellow cards.
I know, right?
So,
So,
yeah.
I mean, she's listening from
She's like
far.
Santa Claus. She knows when you're sleeping. She knows when you're awake.
I thought that was a psychopath.
She knows when... Well, I mean, it's, I'm not saying that about her.
No, I was talking about Santa Claus.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he's a weird, odd, fat guy who climbs down
Wouldn't
your
say
leg
that,
when you're
wouldn't
sleeping.
say that about the morals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So-
you do with Rudolph is none of my
So,
business.
Youngling or
Yuengling.
Yuengling, sorry.
Say it
Yuengling.
right.
So, I'm going to go Yuengling as well.
Road
even though it's
Rooster.
pronounced.
I'm gonna
It's spelled
I'm gonna say
Youngling. Whatever.
I'm gonna say
on my
Yuengling.
end.
So, we got a winner. So, yeah.
Chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Well,
It's good beer.
beers.
Like
Beers.
Beers.
We're having lots of beers here,
We're having
Morals.
lots of beers here, Miss Morals. Guess who's
Cool.
not because you got the COVID allergies from cedar trees.
COVID allergies from cedar trees. All right.
I'm gonna have another one of these beers. I like these.
Yeah, those are really
So it's our turn to give you to interview some questions.
Oh,
so
okay. You got exactly. If we want to go under the 45-minute mark.
yeah, we'll give you the 45.
42.
42. So you
43 and a half.
You got.
We'll go 43 and a half.
7 minutes.
That's
Okay,
that's perfect.
So, how much do you make gross annually?
Okay, look. I'm trying to.
With you, like, you know, like leveraging your stock options, how much liquid assets do you have in the market right now?
Look, I'm trying to reestablish a dating career here, so I shall not disclose that information at this time.
Oh yeah,
that's-
we
that-
don't want to bring him down
No.
on that one right there.
Because
You know what?
obviously it would be us that would bring that.
I actually thought I used to have these kind of get rich quick kind of scheme or ideas. I actually wanted to create like a dating website kind of thing. But you know, it was more of a specialty. So you know, you obviously wouldn't fit into it. It was for people with certain gifts.
Thanks.
That they have to date other people with said gifts.
I'm not making any bad decisions.
So I wanted to call it loveandwarts.com. That was only one of my ideas. I had another one, a drive-through funeral home.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a great idea right there. Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I want to remake Full Metal Jacket
No.
using
No.
Jim Henson's Muppets.
Yes.
Word for word.
I am in.
Fozzie Bear is Private Pile.
Maybe Animal Mother.
Animal.
See, I thought it'd be.
No, it's Animal.
See, I would think Animal could be.
No.
I think Animal would be like Gunny Army.
No, see,
and then you could have somebody like.
Yeah,
you know, like Gonzo slowly.
Cowboy would be Scooter.
Slowly start going crazy.
Cowboy would be Scooter. Joker would be obviously Kermit the Frog, kind of deal. The Vietnamese
Kermit the Frog here from Da Nang.
The Vietnamese sex worker would be the chick from the band.
Yeah.
Hey man, no buku.
Okay, so serious question here, because you're coming up on your 6th anniversary, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, in August.
Yeah. So I mean.
So you've already played the 5th. So make sure you got that down.
So we were one of the first bands that came into the acoustic sets with you whenever you had your 5th anniversary.
Yes.
And and obviously talking to everybody like on the music scene for a long time, there are very few people, and I mean can count them on one hand, that do what you do for our local and regional music community. So before I start busting your cluck again, I did want to say thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're definitely helping a bunch of artists in many ways that you can't even count. Your legacy is going to live on, and your infamy will also live on, because I think that dungeon's built into a load-bearing wall.
I think so.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to wall that in and hope nobody realize, hey, there's this weird space missing in this place.
Why does it have all these newspapers tacked up?
I don't know.
Well,
obituary circle and stuff like that.
crime scene article.
Wow.
What's your favorite show to watch, Mr.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get some yellow cards on that one just for that.
What's your favorite show to watch? Anything that's a serial killer documentary.
But no, seriously, I mean, 6 years, coming up, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
6 years being a DJ.
I know, and I didn't start out, here. I started out with another station, of course.
No, we won't name it.
Won't name the station.
Is this like Voldemort? Like,
nose.
Yeah, exactly.
The station that shall not be named.
Yes, should not be named.
It should not. Yeah. So anyway, but I started out.
Come on, man.
With really nothing. All I had was my computer and the headset, and that was it.
Yeah. I bet that.
I've achieved that too.
I bet looking at where you're at now and then looking back that you realize that, previously you were a little prickly on the inside.
Yeah, you gotta get that one in there. You gotta get that in there.
Can't
Can't go the show without it. So.
Right.
Well,
This is weird. I mean, we've never done a live episode.
No, I
and I don't
know.
think anybody dropped one F-bomb or anything that we had to cut out. So that's pretty good.
No one did.
Yeah.
Especially not me on accident.
So-
I didn't.
But I did see you hold your breath and turn red at one point.
Yeah, that's what you do in your personal time. That's on you. What I do in my personal time, that's on me. You just
I don't know what I got to do about my family.
anyway. You've been listening to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman.
Yeah.
And
Live right
we're
here.
live on
Locked and Loaded
on Deep in Dallas Radio here in the.
Not deep in Dallas. It's deep in Dallas. It's not
Deep Dallas.
deep in Dallas. It's
This is not.
that's a different.
Yeah,
That's a different.
We're not
it's like
talking
when we
about
play
Debbie.
that game of
We're not talking
Hold
about
on.
Debbie.
parody names.
Hold on, let me delete Dallas from my phone number real quick. So here on Deep Dallas Radio,
Yeah, you can catch us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Time.
in America,
Yeah, in America, all over the world.
four Central in America. I don't know if there's a 4 Central in like.
I don't know what they call it in other countries. I mean,
in-
4.
Yellow card. Yellow card.
Really? Come on.
Three.
It's funny. It's a big
So
hat.
anyway, so you've been
So
listening.
remember to keep tuning in, and
I see what you did there.
see what I did.
Okay.
And this has been brought to you by Deep Dallas Radio and Locked and Loaded, and GiftedChicken.com.
Home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owned and operated right here in North Texas.
In a world full of chickens,
Be a rooster.
you're listening to Whiskey and
and
Wine live. It leaves me prickly on the inside.
Come on, man.
All right, guys, here we go. Back to the music. This is El Camino.